clients in the process of being arrested, whether it's for a minor crime or something serious, have been assaulted by police in their apprehension. Many clients that come to me have been beaten. Even in my case, my client, in the facts that are alleged, he did everything he could to get away from this guy. So I think to a certain point, you can't do anything. But I think what we all should strive towards, and communities should strive towards, is one, information and education, and actually having serious dialogue and conversations about the issue. And then I think it is mobilization of the neighborhood. When you live in a city where I could just remember visually and imagery of Rudolph Giuliani with the police officers when they were protesting Dinkins not too long ago, I remember the police officers holding up watermelons, and you have a future presidential possible candidate with them, cheering them along. When you have a case where a guy is shot, paralyzed, the facts are that he was doing nothing illegal from the inception of the officers looking at him and then chasing him down like an animal, shooting him in the back, almost execution style, where he's rendered a paraplegic in the most prone position while he's on his stomach. And then they say they recover a handgun that no fingerprints, the DNA is inconclusive and questionable. The gun was uncovered and unloaded. The bullets that apparently were in the gun to render it loaded and operable weapon were apparently found some 16, 17 hours later. Based on what these officers testified to, I would hope a group of jurors of his peers, if such a thing exists, would see this and understand that police officers are just like everyone else, a human being, and prone to lying, and prone to corruption, and prone to bad decisions and behavior and illegal behavior. I met him while he was just out of surgery in Bellevue Hospital after having his suffering paralysis from his gunshot. Without addressing the facts, they seem to understand that this young man's life has been permanently impacted in a way that the criminal justice system could never do. So I agree with that. I think there's also a percentage of court officers and corrections officers who are sympathetic to his physical condition and understanding what it is to be like incarcerated and have to suffer a condition where most people, if you weren't incarcerated, you will be receiving strenuous rehabilitation. And in this case, there wasn't. In fact, Rikers Island, was complicit in making his condition worse in a lot of regards. He suffered second-degree burns during treatment. He's been put in positions at times by some of the guards in almost a combative position, and they cared nothing about his physical condition. His recourse is a civil recourse. It's an excessive force recourse in which this shooting, one, we're denying that he was guilty of the charges that they charged him with, but also that this shooting was absolutely unjustified. Although NYPD has seemed to justify it, although this sergeant has a record of shooting. He shot someone 3 times in the chest in the past. While apprehending one suspect, a neighbor opens a door and he turns around and shoots at this neighbor who's totally uninvolved with his investigation. He is I believe there's some prior civil suits against him for excessive force. His recourse, unfortunately, is civilly,